I think we need to go there. And oh wait, I got two of those open. Why do I got two of those open?
No.
How do I close one without closing the other? All right, let's. All right. Oh.
Why is it always signing me out? Fucking cocksucker.
All right, that's live. That's live. I think we're live everywhere. Okay. Cool. Cool. And we got notifications there.
Yeah, because fucking Twitch wants two whatever authentication.
Well, we are.
You're some fucking assholes.
So we are live, and we got some good finds, some good topics, some good things, and I don't know where Brian is, but we got his picture.
Brian's a no-show.
Brian, yeah, usually he's right on the Twitters, telling us. Oh wait, we got something on the Twitter. Let's see who wrote in. Hello Chicago, I'll be up in a minute. Okay, all right. So Brian got our voicemail. That's good.
Yay!
Good. So that gives us a moment to open the show. So let me go find my show opening stuffs, and we will open the show, and then the show will be open. Oh, I should have sound effects up too, shouldn't I? We might need that. So let's. I should have done this all earlier.
No, I really wish that fucktard of an asshole that my mom considers a boyfriend will stop fucking yelling on his fucking phone.
Oof. Well. Anyways, it's Monday.
God fucking damn it, man.
It's time for the show that's therapy for us and aggravation for you. It's
insert title here.
The show that changes names so frequently, we just put a placeholder in. And, hello. Another week has gone by. Lulu here didn't even realize it was Monday.
That's how fucked up my week has been. Or my weekend has been.
And Venice,
I don't even want to get into it.
And Venison has somehow figured out Team Talk, I think.
No,
he was talking earlier because I was trying to call Brian on Skype, and he's like, "Dude, I'm right here." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm not calling you." But now he's not.
What the fuck?
Now, his setup process involves creating a alternate amateur hour channel and then joining this channel. But hey, it worked. Maybe he wants to go get a drink or something. And Brian is on his way. But
I forgot. I'm not on voice.
You were there talking at a muted microphone is what you were doing.
Something like that, yeah.
Anyways.
Dude, I'm about to straddle my heater right now. I am so fucking cold. Ooh!
Yeah.
I'll sign in and hope it don't crash.
My hands are freezing.
Got up into the 50s today here.
Oh, lucky you. It was actually sunny today.
Yeah.
It was sunny.
And now it's not. Oh, that sucks.
No.
Oh. I thought it's always sunny in California. Oh, no, that's Philadelphia. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. No, not there either. Well, it never rains in Southern California, but except for when it floods.
No. It's moss up here. It is moss.
Moss.
Moss and fungus.
Ooh. Yeah, I got fungus too. I'm taking pills for that though. So
You got fungus on your balls.
No, not my balls. My toenails. but
Ew.
Ew.
oh, come on. Venison, you're an old man. Surely you've had some nail fungus from time to time.
No. No, I didn't.
It happens. This happens. And
What, nail polish?
nail polish, yes. Yeah.
Ooh, what a conversation.
Nail polish.
We'll say that's what we were talking about. I prefer that.
Nervous.
But Brian is live, so we're going to bring his cam up now that he is live. That way you don't have to look at a stationary picture of him. And there we go. That's where we're going to put Brian cam. But we got to
The Brian cam.
select the Brian cam. Nope, that's still my cam. Let's see, properties.
Close enough.
And close enough. Yeah, something like that. No, that's not the right one either. Where is the right? Oh, well, we'll just do that again, and now it should take the right one. There we go. We got all our cams up. Yay!
Woot woot.
So, how you doing, Brian?
All right.
Now, did you realize?
So the title is Good Finds.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see if we have time to get to that. But I've made some excellent record finds this past weekend, and
Excellent.
Lulu found some great tunes that she sent me links of a week ago that we never got to. So it's only, if we get to music finds, we'll have to cover all that. And but we also got anything else that's gone on this week. I had a funny little work experience today, because the boss the boss is on vacation this week, and you know what that means? That means woohoo!
Boss is gone.
Boss on vacation. So like 2 weeks ago, my coworker's like, "Hey, in 2 weeks, boss is going on vacation. Which day do you want to work from home? I'm working from home Friday." And so I go, well, if you're going to do the 3-day weekend, well, not that it's really a 3-day weekend because working from home is not a day off. It's just, it gets you home earlier because you're working from home. So it expands your weekend
You
in
don't
that
have the commute
sense.
time that you're
Right.
that's killing you.
Right.
What is your commute time each direction?
About an hour and a half, but I spend much of that just chilling on the train watching YouTube videos, so I can't complain too much about it.
Do they have Wi-Fi, or do you?
You can still complain about it.
I got unlimited data.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my phone plan has unlimited data, so I just
Cool.
I don't. Yeah, I do a lot of podcast listening actually, and I download them ahead of time. That way, I don't have to deal with the buffering from time to time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's really annoying.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's like, okay, I'm like, well, I'll work from home Monday, and then that way I'll kind of have like a addition to the weekend. That way I can sleep in a little bit on Monday, so I can, drink a little extra on Sunday night. And so then last Friday, the boss man calls me and me and my coworker into the office, and
oh shit.
And he's got another guy on the phone that we work with, and basically the boss guy goes, well, here's the deal. My responsibilities are expanding, and so I have to shed some of my responsibilities to make up for that. So this guy on the phone's your boss now. So new boss.
New boss.
Which he's a guy that I've known, sits near me, work with him plenty. So I
knew you were working at home?
Well, we'll get to that in the story.
Oh, sorry.
So basically, they're like, nothing changes right away. No one's going anywhere or going away or anything. So just keep doing like you normally do, and we're just going to transition this over. So after I get out of there, I'm like, we still doing the work from home next week? Oh, yeah, it'll be fine. No one will care. I'm like, okay, good.
And the boss didn't know about it.
Well, the boss doesn't really care about that. Actually, the boss is really cool. If I just, randomly said, hey, I need to work from home next Wednesday, he wouldn't ask why. He would just be like, yeah, that's fine. So if I need to, for any reason, work from home, this isn't even that big a deal. It's just that when he's on vacation, we make a point to do it for no reason. And if we ever need to for a reason, that's cool too. It's pretty chill. So
But
we're
when
Well,
you're
no, that's
doing it
good.
on your
That's
own,
good.
you're not telling them.
right. We just put it on the calendar.
Oh, okay. So there was someplace for him to see it.
Right. No one's getting in trouble in this story. But so Friday afternoon, after this announcement was made to us, I noticed I get a meeting invite for Monday morning with the new boss, just kind of a little briefing chat or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I can't work from home Monday because I don't want to blow off the new boss's little chit chat meeting, the introduction meeting or whatever, because that's not a good way to start with new boss. So I came in this morning. And as I come in this morning, I'm settling down. I bring up my Outlook, and the meeting changed times to tomorrow. And I'm like, what's up with that? I came in for this meeting, and he's shifted it to tomorrow. Just my luck. And then he came up to me.
Why didn't you check it before you left home?
Well, you know what? My phone usually auto updates things and alerts me to things, but this one didn't come through. So
you showed up at work for nothing.
Duna saying logging on and checking emails does not qualify for a work day.
I check work emails when I get to the office. Why am I going to check my work emails before I go into the office? I didn't think he was going to change it, So he changed
Well,
it.
it didn't occur to you.
Well,
Yeah.
then new boss came up to me and he's like, "You didn't need to come in today for our meeting. Your coworker told me you were working from home today. That's why I rescheduled it for tomorrow." I'm like, "No, I can work home any day this week. It's all cool. I came in we could have it today." He'd go, "Okay, all right, I'll change it back to today then." So
So did you undrink those extra drinks on Sunday night? Talk to Ralph about that?
well, no, I already knew on Friday, so I didn't. I didn't do that. Ralph. I don't.
Is Ralph your friend?
No, I don't drink.
Don't
Like,
remind me.
I don't drink like that anymore. Only when I go bar hopping with the coworkers.
Oh, so what you got there on your table there?
What do I got
Get
on?
the label turned.
The
bottle.
The bottle. Oh, this
Green
is
thing.
this is a Yingling.
Yingling?
Yingling, yes.
Yeah, Yingling's good.
It's
The
brewed.
ginger beer.
No, it's a lager. It's brewed in Pennsylvania.
By some Asian guy.
No, good. It's great stuff.
Yingling traditional lager, original amber beer.
Doesn't mean that wouldn't be great stuff, Edison.
DG Yingling and
What, are
Son
you
Inc.
racist?
Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I drink that stuff
Pottsville.
all the time.
Yeah, it's
Black
beer.
So I went to
Beer from
went to
Pottsville.
the Super Bowl party, and the guy asked me to
Black
go
and
to
tan.
like Bevmo and get some beers.
Uh-huh.
And so I brought Tiger beer. It's like, oh wow, this is great stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And that's from Singapore.
Oh, there you go. I remember when I was in college, my senior year, I did some drinking because I was old enough to then. And so I was in a house that was kind of just on the edge of campus. It was like a house on Main Street that the college bought and turned into dorm rooms. And so there was basically one guy in the house that he was like the wine and liqueur expert. So he always loaded up the car with a bunch of wine bottles and different types of liqueurs and whatever for the parties. And for him, beer was always an afterthought, even though most people drank beer. So what Gothard figured out was that if you go to the parties at this house, always drink the wine. I was never a big wine drinker, and I couldn't understand why the beer always sucked at these parties. And I'm like reading the can. It's like, wait, from Latvia? It's like, yeah, it was on sale. Like,
Latvia.
Latvia. You bought beer from Latvia. It tasted like batteries. I don't know why the
It is
Latvian
good.
beer tasted like batteries, but it did.
Well, I didn't remember what Tiger beer was going to be like, but I thought, well, I'll just try this. I had
It's
had it
because
before,
it's
and
from lithium ion.
Yeah, right.
They got short on the,
Satellite state.
They got short on the grains and just sort of threw in some uranium.
Yeah, the Tiger beer would have been far preferable to the Latvian beer. He was like, yeah, it was on sale. You know, I got like a whole like 2 cases of it for, you know, the price for
man, when you're experimenting, you don't buy two cases.
But that was how
That's how the Russians sent out nuclear parts.
Well, that's how
Do they still sell Schlitz?
No, I don't think so.
I
Or
got
Schaefer?
2 cases for it for $2.50.
He basically bought 2 cases for $2.50, and
Oh, Jiminy.
but
The reason why it glows is because we put in a glow stick.
because
It's
he
not
Or did he just
because
get
it's
empty bottles and he
radiation.
filled them up himself
because he
from,
didn't
down below?
because he didn't care. He wasn't going to be drinking any beer anyways. He was going to be drinking wine. So
That's poison everyone else.
so that was the
It's not
downside.
because of the lead.
That's the downside of partying with the wine drinker is that the beer sucks.
Well, I mean, the real thing is that you take the opportunity to learn about wine because wine is complicated.
Yeah,
I mean, it is.
I never.
You have to figure out what you like. And there's a lot of bottles you're gonna not like because
You know what?
it's complicated.
I've done the whole thing. You know, I've bought the bottles, I pulled out the cork, I swirled the glass around, I sniffed it, I put it in my mouth, I swished it around, I looked at the composition and the
Lulu.
texture.
What he means is he bought the box.
I
I know, right?
you know?
No, you want to know what's funny? Watching my aunt and uncle from San Francisco,
Mhm.
who are wine, beer, and vodka drinkers. I mean, these people are fucking alcoholics.
Okay.
They are fucking alcoholics. And they come up here to where I live, and we go to a hoity-toity restaurant where if you have more than 6 people, they have to charge you a 20%, what is it? It's a 20% fee for anyone, for parties over 6.
Mhm.
And,
Well, that's like a tip, right?
no, that's not a tip.
Oh, so
That's
tip
not
on
a
top
tip.
of that?
Yeah, it's on top of it. It's fucking stupid. They think this restaurant thinks it's fucking hoity-toity. It's fucking stupid. And they have and so this is a kid from a high school that is serving us, or like just out of high school. And so they ordered a bottle of wine. And so he's pouring it, and my uncle goes, so I'm supposed to taste it, and I'm supposed to smell the cork, and they're doing all this shit to this poor kid, and he's like, and my uncle leans over like in front of my aunt, and like I'm like my jaws open as how they're doing this, and he goes, I'm schooling this kid because this is how a proper restaurant runs their wine selection. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
You know, this reminds me of
He's screwing with them.
this reminds me of a scene from a Sinbad movie. And I don't.
And he's in sweats and a 49ers t-shirt.
Now,
and he's
The
doing
kid
this.
is in sweats?
Now I don't.
No,
You're
my
paying it.
uncle.
Oh, your uncle?
My
Oh.
Paying
uncle.
extra for it. Do it
Okay,
all.
this reminds
Make
me of
them do it right.
This reminds me of a scene from a Sinbad movie, and I don't normally watch Sinbad movies, but sometimes there's nothing good on TV on a Sunday. And, back...
Sinbad made movies?
yeah, he did. And
Believe it or not, yeah.
it was some kind of a movie...
If you were going to give me $20 to name one, I couldn't.
That's okay, I can't name this one either. But I know...
Oh.
But I know the premise of the movie was that somehow... He's trying to evade law enforcement by pretending to be someone else that's like staying as a house guest to someone, and he's acting as if he's acting as, and the person that didn't show up that he's pretending to be is some kind of a doctor or a specialist. And there's some scene where he's at a restaurant and they're under the impression that he's a wine expert, so he's trying to act like the wine expert. And there's another wine expert in the room, and he's like, well, aren't you going to sniff the cork? He's like, no, man, I'm good. And this other guy is like, wine, Mr. Wine Tester Extraordinaire. And he takes the cork, and he takes a deep breath with the nose just in the right manner. And Sinbad says to him, hey, why don't you try drinking it from the bottle? Come on, enjoy it. And they all like Sinbad
funny.
because he was fun. No one wants to hang out with the stuffy guy that knows how to sniff the cork. They want to hang out with party guy who's going to drink it from the bottle. So,
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I
Right.
learned about wine, is you should drink it from the bottle.
And yes, I was on the movie House Guest.
House Guest, is that the name of that movie? Okay. Like I said, it was a Sunday. There was nothing good on TV, so I watched something bad. That's why they call him Sinbad. Actually, I can name a Sinbad movie.
On the Cartoon Network.
Actually, another Sinbad movie, Jingle All the Way, is technically a Sinbad movie.
Oh.
It was Arnold and Sinbad.
Venison? Was that
I
vodka?
take it.
Nope.
I take it that
1/3 I get out of the bottle.
that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's the one about Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to buy his kid an action figure.
Oh.
It's a classic.
Yep.
I mean, any movie that has Arnold Schwarzenegger getting chased by a reindeer at some point is
Yeah.
automatically falls under category of classic. I mean, it's not often you see former governors of California being chased by reindeer.
Well, I do got a better one about a former governor,
Okay.
and that is, my friend Carl.
Yeah.
He lives up in the Oakland Hills,
Uh-huh.
and he walks up and down the along the hilltop, and Jerry Brown's house is up there,
Okay.
and he sees Jerry Brown in the yard, and he goes, Mr. Brown, what are you doing? He was picking up dog poop.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
Got to be done.
Um,
I'm hoping so.
well,
I mean,
yeah. It's only
Well,
right that you
he could
clean
afford to
up.
hire somebody.
Okay. All right. Well, we know
I mean, we just
we all know that's how you would handle this, Brian.
well, we just usually leave ours in the yard, and then when we mow the lawn, it just sort of gets chipped in.
Right, and then you step in it and you track it into the house.
Well, that's some good shit actually, because there are people that are looking for your donations of shit. And I know this because I took a trip into Boston on Saturday for brunch. We got to talk about brunch. Brunch is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And there's an ad in the subway or on the Red Line saying that, we need your donations for fecal transplants. Please donate your poop today. And now I don't know if I'm supposed to show up someplace with a bag in my hand or how that works, but
How does that work?
how does that? You know what? We might.
There was an article about this.
I mean, I've known for a while that fecal transplants is a thing, but I didn't think it was common enough that they're actually
Yes.
that they need to run ads
Yes.
to get people to donate poop. I kind of figure it's a pretty readily available substance.
Commodity?
Yeah.
No, you need to be a certain type. There needs to be a certain type.
So
you
there's
have to
blood
not
types
be-
and there's fecal types. I mean, is this
Yes.
is this like floaters and
Yes.
sinkers?
So this is all
or is-
human stuff. Human
yeah.
origin.
Yeah, no, the animals, that was a
Yes.
transition. They don't want your dog's poop.
No, they don't want the dog's poop. They really want your own shit. They want human shit. They will process it a certain way to get the correct enzymes out of your shit so they can then water it down to a point where you can suck it up into a syringe and stick it up someone else's butt.
Yeah.
Well, that's venison. I think that's the preferable way to get it in you.
Yeah, you shouldn't have gone. Don't want to drink it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
So
there are poop transplants.
the website for this, and yes, this is the same artwork I was seeing in the advertisements on the red line. Givepoop.org is the website if you'd like to look
Yes.
into becoming a donor.
So they want you to give it to them for free.
No, we are seeking healthy volunteer
pay you.
donors.
My stuff is worth something.
As a
Are you gonna pay me?
reimbursement for their commitment, donors are paid $40 per donation of stool. Just think, every time you're flushing that down the toilet, that's $40 cash you're flushing.
Really?
Just down the drain. Wow.
Yes,
Donors
but you have to. Oh, go ahead. I'm
Donors
sure it
must
gives
be
the
local to
guidelines.
Boston, Cambridge, or Somerville, Massachusetts, and pass a series of health screens. To begin, you got to visit the labs at Central Kendall Square, Cambridge, at least 3 times a week for 60 days, and be 18 to 50 years old during the donation period. It's different than
For
donating
60.
blood.
Wait a minute, for 60 days?
Yeah, you got to. That's a lot of screening. Yeah, 3 times a week for 60 days.
And they're only going to give you $40 for that?
well, $40 per donation.
No, that's
per donation.
that's just
okay.
the screening because they got to
That
make
way,
sure
once
you
you're
have
in there,
no
then you
parasites,
just
no
keep
kind of bugs.
Right.
raking the money in.
Stool donors go through at least 2 rounds of rigorous screens that involve blood and stool tests. They must drop off donations several days a week for at least 60 days. As compensation for this commitment, donors receive $40 per stool donation. So you join the registry, you take the health questionnaire, you attend the clinical interview, you complete blood and stool screening, and then you donate.
Are you going to do this?
No, I'm not going to do
Or
it.
is it just way out of the way? Inconvenient.
I mean,
My shit's clean.
I don't
That
know if
would've made a fortune.
I might be able to
The
make that.
worms disappeared.
I guess I really wanted to. I probably could make that work on lunch breaks. Kind of get over from Fenway over to Central Square. But nah, I don't think so.
So there's that ad for that guy that says, he's at the bar, he has these stupid lines that he does, and then he says, oh, try this. And so then he goes, well, I just donated some bone marrow to save a life. And then he gets the chicks. So you could go to a bar and say, I donate, and see if that works.
I donate. You donate what? I donate. Oh, I donate the good shit.
But
Right.
still, it's nasty. Shit inoculations.
Yes, they do shit
It
inoculations.
has to do with bacteria imbalances in the digestive system and needing to introduce
Yes.
the right bacteria
No,
to
but
the system.
I'll find it for you. I'll
Okay,
find
so
it for
Lulu,
you.
when you said they fill a syringe, that's not to go into your bloodstream. It's to go
No.
up your
It's to go.
shoot.
It's to go up your butt.
Yeah,
I
you
will
gotta,
find I will
yeah.
find a YouTube video for you.
They got pills for that.
No.
Oop.
I
Is
heard
it
of this,
Proactive.
but I kind of thought usually they got donations from family members or things like that. I mean, if someone really needs it, it's not hard to find someone connected to them or related to them that will, happily give their stuff. I didn't think they needed to solicit the help of strangers.
So I take it there's some medical condition that they're curing.
Yes, there are medical.
Yeah, it's a
transplants.
bacteria imbalance in the digestion system that
Right.
is the gist of it.
And taking a regular probiotic doesn't do.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a doctor.
Here's one.
Okay.
Eat Raisin Bran.
There's one.
Oatmeal.
There you go. I don't know what causes it or how it works. I just know that at some point someone found that this helps for that situation, and now it's a thing.
Who finds out this kind of stuff?
Someone who's like, well, we could try putting poop in it, see if that helps.
And here's another. Pick whichever one you want to go to. It talks about fecal microbiota transplants, FMT,
Okay.
for treatment of serious infection.
Okay. We got some.
Clostridium difficile is a type of bacteria that can cause severe infections in the gut. As many as 1 in 30 of us have C. difficile present in our digestive system. In those with a healthy gut, it can live harmlessly because the overall population of microbes, known as the microbiota, keep it under control. But if the balance of your microbiota has been damaged, maybe after a routine course of broad-spectrum antibiotics, then C. difficile bacteria can multiply rapidly and produce toxins that make you ill. C. difficile is normally treated with a further course of antibiotics, but because this kills other bacteria in the gut microbiota, a patient will often relapse and become trapped in a cycle of recurrent infections. Eventually, antibiotics will stop working altogether. This can have fatal consequences. Of the 15,000 cases of C. difficile infection that are reported in the UK each year, 1,600 will lead to death. That's why Quadram Institute microbiologists and clinicians at the Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital have come together to deliver an innovative new treatment: fecal microbiota transplants. The transplants involve transferring microbiota from healthy donors into patients with C. difficile infection. The patient receives a whole new, healthier microbiota, leading to immediate benefits. While antibiotic treatment works just 30% of the time, FMT has a 95% success rate in combating recurrent C. difficile and is less than 1/10 of the cost. But this procedure must only be carried out by trained experts. Following NICE guidelines, our team has developed the facility to obtain FMT material, screen it for potentially harmful bacteria, and deliver it safely. In the future, we hope to develop FMT to treat other conditions related to the microbiota, such as ulcerative colitis and diabetes. FMT is just one example of the many novel microbiota-based therapies we're developing in order.
So there you go. That kind of gives you the gist of what's going on with bacteria.
So the next one actually shows you what they do for the fecal microbia.
I think we got enough out of that.
transplants.
I don't.
No. I think you should actually put this one up on the screen.
Must we?
Yes. Yes, because we're talking about this topic. I think we should.
This was
Do it.
just.
Now you know.
This was just a temporary passing topic to get to the real topic, which is brunch.
Nope. Dude, this can be your brunch.
No, this is not my
You,
brunch.
somehow or another, you've gone around and brought this show back to shit talking.
Well, that is one of the main topics here.
This is always a main topic is shit talking. And talking about shit. And shit in general. I mean, like, it's just rancid shit, you know? It just... However it goes, it's just talking about shit.
Random shit that's injected in your butt.
Why
This
not?
one just happens to be injected into your butt. This one just happens to be injected.
All right.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
All
the
right.
power of poop.
The power of poop. Okay, let's
So now you can really be full of shit.
Oh my
So
god.
what we need to do is we first
I don't want to do that. I
get
want
your
to.
little blender thingy
Oh, I think I've
open
seen
up
this
the
one
poo.
before.
and...
Oh.
Are you sharing that screen?
Yes.
And I don't even know how much to put in. I just kind of guess.
I'm sharing it on
really
the
tight,
Twitch and
otherwise
YouTube.
shit might literally hit the fan.
Oh,
I mean, okay.
I'm not seeing that yet.
Brian, you need to see this.
I see an empty chair on YouTube.
You see an empty chair on YouTube.
It must be Clint Eastwood.
Oh. Where do you... Empty chair? You should see a still image in the middle of the screen of all four of us.
No. On YouTube, I just see you on the right side, or left side, and an empty chair on the right side.
The actual fuck?
I see the video stream Power of Poop.
No, you should...
Yeah, it looks like maybe it's Lou's chair, because I think there's that curtain behind it.
I think you got the wrong video then. You should see the four corners with all four of us.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I think it clicked to the other video.
Ah, the wrong video. Okay.
Wow.
No, I started it, and then YouTube, kind of burped at me.
Yeah, okay.
Try this again.
All right.
Good finds. Come on, baby.
There we go. There we go. Because you don't want to miss this. This is very informative.
Oh, it's doing that again.
So the video is in the center and it's paused.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start this now.
everybody else is.
So what we need to do is we first get your little blender thingy,
Blender. Okay.
open up the poo.
Poop.
And
Okay.
we put it in.
This is the
And I don't
weirdest.
Is she doing this
how
at
much to put
home?
in, I just kind of guesstimate.
I
Put it
think
on
so.
really tight, otherwise shit might literally hit the fan.
I think it's pre-approved poop that she's.
Oh, not using that blender again.
You want to
What's
be
your
careful not to
cooking
make.
with
preparation of a homemade fecal microbiota transplant, or as it's known, FMT.
No, you got the
Yes,
strainer.
that's a poo transplant, and it might seem gross, but it's currently saving lives and potentially treating the untreatable.
I hope these all don't get put back in the same drawers with the rest of the utensils.
Would it be awesome if there was a flower?
My name's Alex. I'm an ecologist.
My name's Jane, and I'm not any kind of ologist because I have bipolar disorder and have had it for the last.
Why was she doing that at home?
My experience of bipolar has been this
I-
intense roller coaster ride.
I don't know.
Of
I guess
debilitating
you get to a
depression
point
for
where you
weeks
can
and months on end, I can hardly
DIY.
even get out of bed, to extravagant highs where I feel like
I mean,
I'm
do you take the
God.
prescription to
time
the
she got
pharmacist
me,
and they give you a
I had no
Tupperware
idea
full
what
of
was going on.
poop?
That was really traumatic. You know, to have the person that you love with absolutely no control of what was going to happen to her.
I always thought bipolar disorder was caused by trauma. I would sit there and I'd be like, okay, I love myself, I love my friends, I love my life, I love my husband.
I
Why
think we covered the poop part though. Now we're talking about the. Oh, here we go.
Wait, so this is used to treat
Every
bipolar
time we do
disorder?
I don't think so. I think that's just a sidebar.
Basically, you've separated the runny stuff from the solids and it's ready to be put in the enema bottle. So here we go, moment of truth.
Okay.
Get pooey hands.
The theory behind FMT is to make a sick person well again by transplanting good bugs into their gut. But using it to treat bipolar like Jane is controversial to say the least.
I'm not willing to wait 20 years for peer-reviewed science. I've already lost 20 years of my life to this horrible illness.
I guess
It's
dealing with
robbed
the
me of-
illness was messing with her sub and affecting her
I'm holding
mental
a
state.
poo enema, and the next stage we will not film on national television. This goes in the bum. You know, when you enter a relationship with anybody, there's kind of like expectation of certain body fluids that you share, but this shit is next level.
I'm Nick Talley. I'm a gastroenterologist, and my area of study is what's called neurogastroenterology. So I study the link between the gut and the brain. It's possible FMT might work for some people with mental illness, but it's too early to be sure.
Wait,
I
they
think
actually
that's the
are
summary.
treating mental illness
Animal
with
models
this?
suggest it may have a role.
That's
in
what I was getting out
some
of that.
Cases. In humans, not much information.
Okay, that is an interesting way to treat mental health.
And why wouldn't you use a probiotic?
I don't know. We'd have to ask a doctor.
Or they're just trying a different approach.
Oh, I need to turn that off, don't I? That's still capturing.
Yes.
I'm not sticking shit up my ass.
No. No one was
I'll
asking
try
you to.
probiotics, but I'm not sticking shit up my ass.
No one was asking you to.
No, that bit where she shows, filling
Now,
that
to be
poop
honest,
with-
I really
looks
am
like
not
pudding.
fond of probiotics
pudding,
because
nasty.
then I fart like a motorboat.
Yeah.
Party like a motorboat.
So brunch. So I saw this.
Brunch,
ruined my
perfect
taste
topic,
for
it's
pudding.
perfect segue.
So I saw this ad on the way to brunch, and I gotta say, I never thought a whole lot about brunch, but the more you think about it, the more I realized what brunch is really about. Now, Brian, if you had to summarize what brunch is about, what's the meaning or the purpose of brunch, how would you define it?
It's an opportunity where you can have breakfast and dinner at the same time.
No.
Okay.
Breakfast and lunch.
Okay.
Well, you can do it your way.
Now, Lulu, do you have any thoughts on the meaning or the opportunity or the purpose of brunch?
It's the fat person's first snack.
I got a different perspective on this from everyone. All right, so here's a few things to consider. Brunch takes place like at the time of a late breakfast, so it's a good meal for people that like to sleep in. Brunch typically consists of a menu that has a lot of food that's good for hangovers, and brunch typically comes with alcoholic beverages.
No?
Mimosas is
Well, it
classic.
depends.
Mimosa is a classic brunch beverage. So
Yes.
I'm telling
Right,
you.
there you go.
So there you go. Brunch is for drinking.
No.
If you say so.
And brunch is to keep the party going the next morning after a night of drinking and sleeping in. And you get up and you have some brunch.
No.
Get yourself a
And you
nice.
can have like
Alcoholic.
jumbo shrimp or lobster or roast beef. You got a chef there that will cut it off for you
You get
and
the-
add the au jus.
Get yourself
and
a big old,
horseradish,
or you can get a
whatever
breakfast
you like.
burrito and a mimosa
Bacon.
and try some other drinks on the drink menu.
Hard-boiled eggs.
There you go.
Various salads.
So brunch, the real beauty of brunch is day drinking without the guilt.
Right.
Am I alone on this?
Unless
thought?
your day drink is whiskey.
Only for alcoholics.
No, you can save the whiskey for later. This is morning drinking. You know, you start with some
That's true. Mimosas hardly even count.
Well,
right?
I had a few drinks, actually, what is it? What is a drink that's what's the name of the drink that's
Bloody Mary.
grape? Well, no, Mike had a Bloody Mary. I didn't have a Bloody Mary. I had what was it, grapefruit juice and gin? I forget what it was called.
Still.
Turpentine.
Yeah.
What?
Ate dinner.
I'm not sure what. I know Gothard ordered it, and I said, "Yeah, that sounds good. I'll have that too." A Greyhound, grapefruit juice and either gin or vodka, mixed and served over ice.
Okay, vodka I can see.
Yeah, well,
Gin, no.
well, Gothard ordered good gin, and I said, "Yeah, I'll have one of those too." Same type of gin.
No such thing.
Hendrick's gin is pretty good.
Gin is nasty.
I just like whiskey.
There you go.
I can drink anything else but gin.
So Jose Guzman is off to a great start to his morning because he wrote in greetings from morning Malaysia, the power of poop. Ooh, that's disgusting. And then the third thing he typed in was Jesus Christ with 3 exclamation points. So I think we've truly given a religious experience with that video. So thank you, Lulu, for sharing the power of poop with us. I'm gonna have nightmares about that tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. I find the most entertaining things on the internet.
Now you know what?
What were you looking for when you found that?
I don't know, but I did. It was a couple years back, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my god! They actually
Well,
do this?
I gotta say something really cool has happened. As you know, I do a show on Sundays, the Dune and Bob show, and we do Twitch finds for the second half of our show. And
Fell asleep.
and so someone asked, someone who found Dune found on Twitch, who's been watching our show lately, the Silence Noise. Someone suggested, I think Dune suggested, that he should make a new theme song for our Twitch find segment, and he delivered. And I just
Really?
I want to play some of this here because this is absolutely awesome.
So you found your own theme song.
Yeah, we got the show's still the Dune and Bob show, but the second half, the segment's called Twitch Finds. So it's a segment theme, I guess.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that was really cool. I'm sure we'll get to play that in its entirety on the next Dune and Bob show. So you have to tune in Sunday to hear that whole thing. But that is awesome right there. That is some. We're finding. I mean, there's some great.
Well,
talent.
you also want to put out a 5-second clip to introduce the show each time,
right?
Because people aren't going to want to listen to it all the way through.
Well, we're going to play it
every time.
We're going to play it and then start talking over it and duck it down. We don't have to sit and listen to the whole thing, but we'll use that.
By the way, did you like that link to Captain Beefheart that I sent you a few days back?
I don't know if I remember.
With the underwear on the head.
Oh, I think I missed that. I gotta find that.
Yeah, I posted it on Twitter. A friend of mine posted it on Facebook, and I go, "Oh yeah, you'll love this." So I posted it on Twitter for you.
Let's see. Well, he's posted stuff about.
Unfortunately, not in our group, just to you.
Wait,
publicly.
That was publicly to me. Okay, so I want to look in my alerts.
Yeah.
Okay, let me. All right, let's see. Do you like more than less? No. Mike Bloomberg without this and that. Vote Democrat. Let's see. Among the current, nope. Steyer's doing poorly. Nope. Newt poisoned the Republican. Nope. Meanwhile, this week on Project Blue Book. What the heck? Man, you sent me so much stuff. I just kind of started skipping stuff.
I knew it. Dang. You got to keep up, dude.
What?
You think you're working during the day or something. No, you're talking about being at home and stuff.
When did you send this?
Goofing off.
When did you send this? I don't remember seeing anything
Was that
about
Friday?
Captain Beefheart.
Was that Friday? I said something about putting underwear on your head.
Oh, happy Friday. Put some underwear in your head and start drumming.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, and then that. I don't.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's a Captain Beefheart video.
But it's focused on the drummer with the underwear on his head.
Which drummer is this, though? Is that Drumbo, or is it...
Don't ask me. I am not an expert at...
That might be Drumbo. John French was Captain Beefheart's drummer for much of the time, and he was quite a drummer. And at some point, he escaped from the band. And apparently he came back to work for him again later in life on the album Doc at the Radar Station. And when asked why he worked with Captain Beefheart again for that album, his answer was, well, I felt something inside of me telling me that I should call Captain Beefheart and work with him again. And I knew that it had to be God, because there's no way in hell I would have come up with that idea myself.
That's good logic.
Apparently, Captain Beefheart.
Unless you're Richard Pryor, right?
Apparently, Captain Beefheart was not
that Richard Pryor?
I
the
don't.
Devil Made Me Do It?
No, that was Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson. Right.
Devil made me buy this dress. I didn't want no dress. Oh, there he goes on the saxophone.
Oh, that's another album I forgot.
And you're not sharing the video. Oh, man.
Well, I'd have to capture another window. It's got to be for playing a saxophone. Oh, okay. You want to see the drummer though? All right. Let's see if I can.
Well, I already saw it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't realize there was a saxophone.
Well, I'm doing a window capture, but it's coming out black because OBS sometimes it'll show you what's on your window, sometimes it won't. And now I clicked on the spot in the window and it stopped the video.
Beautiful black. YouTube is the new black, right?
YouTube is the new no, that's Twitter did that. Anyways, so yeah, we have a new Twitch Finds theme that you get to hear every Sunday, and that is cool. Also, I gotta say,
okay, now what? Are you going to find a theme for whenever you do the next shit talk?
When we
gotta
what?
Find a theme for that.
Theme for what?
For when we do
What?
The next shit talk.
Shit talk.
Yes.
Tell you what.
Shit talk.
We will not do another shit talk until I have a theme ready.
All right.
There. I think
right.
I think I just solved 2 problems with 1 stone.
So what's a shit talk?
Oh, I don't have a theme yet, so we can't talk about that. No, I don't have the theme yet, so we can't talk about that.
The thing we do every week.
No, I don't have a theme ready yet, though. I don't think.
Can you elaborate a little more, Venison?
No, he's talking about the shit talk from earlier. The fecal trans. He's suggesting that we should have a theme song to talk about shit transplants every week.
Or just shit talk in general.
Why?
Why not?
Well, shit happens.
It's just to have a theme. That's all. I get it.
I mean, shit happens.
But we don't know when we're going to have those.
No.
They just sort of happen.
Well, no, we're
well. So
diarrhea.
that's why you search for one.
But
have
when
it
it
ready.
happens, when it happens, you can play it.
But it just happens. It's like diarrhea. It's not planned.
That's why you look for it ahead of time. Be prepared.
Actually, some people do plan diarrhea.
No.
If you give yourself a shit enema, I guess.
I think.
Or take it.
I think
take X-Lax.
Well, what are those chips that are made with Olestra? That'll give you.
Oh.
There you go.
So you could plan it.
Yeah, you could plan diarrhea.
Yeah, every time you think an X-Lax.
I'm sorry, we don't have a theme song for this segment yet, so we have to move on from this topic. See how this works?
Dumbass!
But you know what we need to do? We need to talk about this show has received a gift. A
gift?
Yes, a gift from a listener. The Dollar Bin specials are so popular that people are sending the Dollar Bin specials right to my door, courtesy of the United States Postal Service. And
oh wow!
This slab of vinyl was inspired by the last Dollar Bin specials, and this slab of vinyl cost a bit more than $1. And I know that because the invoice was included in with the record. And thank you so much, Dune, for your generous gift to the show and to my record collection. Now, last time we played Milli Vanilli, their classic hit, Girl You Know It's True. And it turns out that Milli Vanilli was not the original group to record that song. That it was first recorded by this group, Newmarks. And this is something I think was on kind of a small indie label. Apparently it got some play in Germany, and the producer over there probably heard on the clubs and dance floor there and got the idea to record another version and find 2 pretty boys to put on the cover. And the lip-syncing fiasco began. So we could check out the original version of Girl You Know It's True here. I just got to move on over to the turntable.
So I wonder where Dune found this thing.
He found it online, actually.
Oh, okay.
He actually.
So he was aware of it. and he decided to look for it.
I'm not sure if he was already aware of it or if he just did some research on what we were, doing.
Is this via eBay?
I'm not sure what it's via.
You saw the invoice.
The invoice. The invoice was of a record store, and they're a record store that I have seen their auctions on eBay in the past, but I think they have their own website too. So I don't know how Dune got to this record, or to this seller, and I'm not going to start, asking, "Hey, where did you buy that gift? How did you find it?" I'm more of a, "Hey, thank you, that's really cool," when it comes to gifts. But we got to check out the original version.
So in trying to have a little conversation while you're putting it on, got no additional information. It was a gift, and we thank Dune for that.
Yeah. Now I don't know if Dune is still listening, but he might be in the chat room and to fill things in. No, nothing in the chat room yet. But if Dune is there, or if anyone else wants to send Dollar Bin nah, that's okay. All right, so let's cue this up. So yeah, it's a different recording, but the same style. Ooh, what?
The intro is good.
Yeah. Well, it is a good song. That's why someone had a great idea to do a re-recording of it, because they heard a hit. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. No, Dooney didn't miss it. We're playing it now. But Brian has all kinds of questions about how you found this record. So Dune is in the chat room. And yay. But this is Newmark's, the original recording of Girl, You Know It's True. And I think they do, I think it's a good version of this song too. I'm glad to have both versions of this now. Now here comes the refrain. Now, funny thing. So I bought the Girl You Know It's True 45 with the Dollar Bin specials that we covered 2 weeks ago. And so I started sorting out my 45s and filing them. And I found that I had already bought a 45 of it previously. So now I have 2 45s of Milli Vanilli Girl You Know It's True. So,
So you could sell the extra one on eBay.
No, I usually put the doubles in a pile, and then when Seth comes and visit, I hand them to him and say, "Hey, take what you want."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this was a cool gift. So thank you so much, Dune. And that leads us into more Dollar Bin selections. So after some brunch and after,
by the way, if any of these record stores you go to, do they also buy records?
I think they do. That's how they.
So why don't you get that stack that Seth won't take it to a record store and say, "Oh yeah, add these to your Dollar Bin special."
Well,
they're not going to give you that much for it.
No,
it's just you keep them in circulation.
They're probably not going to give me.
After all, this is what you're interested in.
Those generally, those records we're dealing with 45s that people are selling for $1 or $2. They're generally things that people only buy as part of a collection to get the other stuff. If I came in with a handful of 45s and said, "What do you give me for this?" They probably say, "Well, there's a trash bin on your way out. You can leave them."
Oh yeah.
Oh no, there's a bookstore, a used bookstore that I go to. They have records, they have video games, they have whatever, and they'll take it. It says, "Yeah, it's not worth anything," but they'll take them anyway.
Yeah, but generally, a lot of places, they have an overabundance of the crap that doesn't move. It's a thought.
Well, I don't think the guy's going to insult you by throwing it right into the trash. He might wait until after you leave.
He might.
Sort through them and then throw the ones that are garbage.
So, So I went through the cheap records at the we did a little record shopping in Boston after brunch, and they don't have a dollar bin, but they have a 4 for $10 bin, so that comes to $2.50 each. But it's
45s.
No, of LPs, and
okay,
yeah,
that's not bad.
I didn't find 45s at this place. I found a few LPs there. This one I picked up just because it was in the 4 for the way I deal with the 4 for $10, because the 4 for $10 bin is $3 each, 4 for $10. So basically I want to get a multiple of 4 records. So I pick up anything that looks interesting and then I prune it back to a multiple of 4. And so this was one that I basically had to fill out a group of 4. It's called Please Tip Your Waitress, and it's by Willie Sordill, and it's got a picture of a waitress on the cover here who's filling up a coffee cup.
When was that released?
This was released in 1980, but the thing that really stood out to me is that it's on a label called Folkways Records, which was a label that did focus a bit on folk, but it branched out to more than just folk. It was kind of a indie archival label to like preserve music that typically wouldn't get recorded. There were some albums of interesting electroacoustic music. There's field recording type stuff. Folkways is an interesting label, and they ended up selling the label to the Smithsonian with the stipulation that the entire catalog be kept in print. Which the Smithsonian does by selling needle drops as MP3s on the internet. So an original Folkways record in a cheap bin is something that generally gets thrown on my pile because it could be interesting or it might not be, but it's probably worth more than they're charging. I didn't look at the going eBay value of this record, but I had no idea what it was going to be, if it was going to be folky or not, but I figured either way I couldn't go wrong for $2.50.
16 tables, 4 chairs at each one. 2 shows every night, she's on the run. 3 coffees here, 5 desserts there, let's go. And some jerk over there says she's too slow. Please tip your waitress, she's working hard for you. She'll walk a few miles more before she's through. She's got bills to pay and food to buy like you. Please tip your waitress, cause she's working hard for you.
I like it. No? Lulu says
yeah,
no.
It's a little funky.
All I know is I'm hungry.
Well, don't forget to tip your waitress.
Grab something to eat. Wait a minute, you were just eating from something there earlier.
Oh, I was eating some
cat food.
No, that's my snack.
I was eating these.
Chili and lime.
Now I wanted to make another cheeseburger.
So, Venison, what do you think of the Please Tip Your Waitress song?
Please tip your waitress. I do got some of these, though.
Those guys were just fiddling around.
Neutral.
You're neutral? I think $2.50 was a good price for that record. For $2.50,
sure, totally worth it.
For $2.50, it's something pleasant to put on when I want something a little folky in the background every now and then.
Folky.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So that was one of my purchases. One of my post-brunch purposes. Mind you, I was drinking before I found this record.
Aha!
Another great find in the cheap bin. I love a good train wreck. Brian, you remember those records that they would sell back in the day with all your favorite hits as performed by some random garage band you never heard of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover bands.
I found one of those super hits, and it's like they list the songs and they list the group that originally made the songs a hit, but it doesn't say artist. It says impressions of. So it's Just You and Me, impression of Chicago. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, impression of Elton John. And it's performed by The Pierced Arrow. I don't know who the Pierced Arrow is, but they can play all your favorite hits. So, you know,
Oh boy.
like I said, I love a good train wreck. So, of course, I picked it up off of the cheap, Ben.
While he was drunk.
Well, this one was in the dollar bin, so this one I only paid $1.
So who's the label that put that out?
Music Trends is the name of the label. I never heard of it before.
What if they paid the royalties on those songs?
That's a good question.
Just you and me.
Ooh, sound just like Chicago.
Yeah.
Hello, Chicago.
Hello, Chicago.
Baby, you're everything I'd ever dreamed of. Oh, yeah. Give me your own special smile. Promise you'll never leave me.
And this is
Just you and me.
and this is volume 29, meaning they put out at least 28 other albums like this.
So easy.
And probably others, but after that.
Probably. So that's
So incidentally, a little copyright kind of thing. Since we do bring that up once in a while,
yeah.
I was watching The Pickers, and one of the places, and I think this was done years ago. I don't think it's current because I've seen it before. So they go to this place, and the guy has some 16 millimeter film, right?
Yeah.
Recordings.
Okay.
And he takes one down, the guy takes it down, and it's a newsreel of when the Beatles first showed up in the U.S.
Ooh.
Now they discuss it. Okay, so what can you do with this? Well, you could sell the film, 16 film,
Right.
but you wouldn't be able to broadcast it. You wouldn't be able to display it at a place where you're charging money to see it. You could show it to your friends.
Right. You can't charge
Right?
admission
Which is
to
like
it.
if you buy a record album, that's the limit of your rights
Right.
to play it yourself.
Personal
You can't
use.
charge anybody.
Right.
You can't put it on the right. So this I thought was interesting. It was very similar to this. Now this was tape that went out to the theaters, or I should say film, to play, and then it was supposed to be thrown away.
Right. Yeah, typically that's how, or sent back for them to throw it away. But
Right.
that type
right.
of stuff
But
not always
in this case,
monitored
the guy
closely.
just threw it on the shelf and kept it.
Yeah.
So, would that be a violation of the copyright if you didn't throw it away, or you didn't return it?
That's entering into gray areas. That's probably not been tested in the trial.
Right.
So
Sure.
now
It probably
Dune,
wouldn't.
now Dune writes in, I got smoked on a fake Star Wars album in the 70s. Oh, you've got to go find that and send
there
me
are
that.
a lot of those.
You need to find and
Oh,
send me that.
sweet.
But here's
There were a lot of them.
So it was like a knockoff Star Wars track.
some knockoff
Soundtrack.
doobies. It's not the worst. But yeah, it sounds to me like a soundtrack album Dune's talking about.
The vocalist actually sounded more like Grand Funk Railroad.
Grand Funk playing the doobies.
You're not going to ask our opinion of this, are you?
Well, what is your opinion of that, Venison?
I thought so.
Good stuff, isn't it?
God. Not really.
All right. Well, maybe this is
Like you said,
Well, I
train
mean, it's a
wreck.
garage band doing cover tunes.
right. Yeah, it's a good
Nothing
train
wrong
wreck.
with that.
Well, maybe this will be more your speed. You like a little Gershwin?
Yeah.
Do you like Gershwin played on synthesizers?
Well,
I
he was
have-
dead before synthesizers were born, so
Well, have I got the album for you? It's
Yeah.
Gershon Kingsley playing the music of George Gershwin on synthesizers. And it even includes an entire performance of Rhapsody in Blue with actual pianist playing the piano part, but accompanied by synthesizers. So I think that's very
I
interesting.
already like it.
You already like
I already like it.
Hope it's not cheap synths.
It's Moog synths.
Okay, I've got a dental appointment to go to get some teeth removed.
What? It's good stuff. Well, you need to get teeth removed for it. What? And piano. But yeah, there you go. Gershwin on the synthesizers by Gershon Kingsley, one of the pioneers of synthesizers, and the guy who wrote the song Popcorn.
Sounded like goulash on the synthesizer.
Oh, that guy wrote Popcorn?
That guy wrote Popcorn.
Oh my.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Be no quality.
He also wrote the synth sound effect that Boston's NPR station plays in between programs. But
well, I guess we all start somewhere.
He was a pioneer of Moog synthesizers. Yeah, let me pull Music to Moog by was a classic album. Gershon Kingsley.
So about
did.
about what time period was he out? Is he still out?
Well, Popcorn was originally released in 1969 on this album, Music to Moog by, which opened with this classic song, Hey Hey. I mean, this is great stuff right here.
Move over, Wakeman.
But here's the original version of Popcorn. But he also did a few covers on this album. He did a synthesizer version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Of course, I've owned this record for many years. This is not a recent dollar bin find, and I paid $25 for my vinyl copy of it. Gladly.
Really?
Yeah. It's a collectible record.
And it's inspiration, right?
It is inspiration.
Oh my.
And he also covers the Beatles. Little synthesizer nowhere man. I love the vintage synth sound, don't you?
Nope.
Oh, you're no fun anymore.
It could be cool. I mean, some of this stuff is a little bit too, fingernails on the blackboard, but
It's two fingernails on the blackboard. You want to find just that right amount of fingernails on the blackboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect description.
Well, after that record store, we went across the street to this vintage shop that sometimes has a lot of vintage clothes, but sometimes they have a few boxes of records and things there too. And so while Kristen looked at
Bell bottoms.
Yeah, they probably have those. And so while Kristen looked at some clothes, I looked at they had a box of 45s there, and there were some good finds in there. I think this will be more Venison Speed, perhaps.
Wait, Where was this place again?
It was across the street from the record store. It was a vintage clothes shop. It's still in Boston.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I wonder
so
if
kind of a
anybody
thrift store.
Still does sell bell bottoms.
But I found this 45 in the box there.
I know this.
Yes, an Archie Bell 45 that's not the Tighten Up. Doing the choo-choo. You digging the choo-choo there, Venison?
Well, it was kind of good party music back then.
There you go. What do you think, Lulu? You digging that choo-choo?
So far, the music you've been playing has been kind of...
What was that word, Lulu?
She's describing my music with facial expressions rather than words.
I see that part. I didn't catch the last word she said.
They've been kind of... lackluster.
Lackluster. Okay.
What do you think of the choo-choo there, Brian?
I mean, it's kind of clever.
Okay, clever.
I mean, it's a little.
A little what?
It was early.
You know, it would be great
music.
at a party. Let's put it that way.
That's what
listening
it was
music.
for.
What?
That's what it was for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Great at a party, but sitting back and listening to it, unless you've been drinking a lot.
Well, maybe you need to drink. You got a flask, don't you?
Yeah, it's right here someplace.
All right.
The
Well,
week is so far away.
there was some good Motown 45s in that box too.
Classic.
The best way to enjoy Motown on vintage mono 45s. There we go. The song that the Marvelettes passed up for the Supremes and regret it probably for the rest of their career.
Right.
Because that started the Supremes shooting up to the top of the charts. And anyway, someone's... what's going on?
Apparently there might be something wrong with your mic.
Oh, well, Dune's been giving me crap that my mic crackles every now and then, so whatever. Now, he says, you are moving the crap out of that mic and not a static sound one. What gives? That's not true. It's making static every time I touch it. There, see? See, it statics. It's still sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, is that cheap audio cable you're using?
I've tried multiple cables. It's the connector on this microphone. And I don't know. I've tightened the screws on it, and I don't have time to deal with it. So it's like, whatever. My mic crackles every now and then. Deal with it. Leave me alone about it, okay?
There's Krabby Johnny at us.
I got to come up with the laughs every week. I don't have time to deal with the mic. It works.
Somewhat.
It works perfectly
Well,
fine.
it kind of fixed up my lighting situation, so I'm improving.
I don't. Sometimes it's more sensitive than other times, because there are times where I thought I got the crackle fixed and I have everything working fine, and I wiggle the wire and nothing happens, and then I click go, and I look cross-eyed at the wire and it starts crackling, and then Dune gives me crap, and it's like, it wasn't doing it 5 minutes ago. So I've just given up. The mic's got its own, a mind of its own. It'll crackle when it wants to crackle. It'll be silent when it wants to be silent. And I've come to terms with that. I've accepted it. I accept the mic for what it is. You know, I've embraced...
After all, this is an amateur operation, right?
I've embraced
the shit.
It's part of the character of this mic's personality. I mean, you wouldn't remove the heart and soul out of my mic, would you?
Yes.
Oh, so what brand is that, Mike? So we know how to avoid it.
Ow! Ow!
Oh, wow.
It's a Florion.
Florion!
What?
A brand name that just rolls off the tongue. Onto the floor.
Florion!
Florion. It's blue. I like the color.
Dear fucking Jesus, man.
Okay.
And you still managed to pick up stuff nobody's ever heard of before.
Hey, other than the crackle, it works perfectly fine.
Oh, other than the crackle.
No, it doesn't. Because it makes everyone blown.
Whatever. It adds character.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you know...
Get off your high horse.
Whatever. We got some 4 tops in that box, too.
More classic.
There we go. This is more for the slow dance moment at the party.
Dune, it's not your fault. It's his, because his fucking stuff is not high quality.
You know, I could buy another mic, and then you'd find a reason to complain about that one, too.
It's just like how he builds his computers.
My computer works perfectly fine, actually.
And
No, it
everything
doesn't.
else.
All right, Venison.
Just like how he built his NAS server.
Venison, what do you
with
think?
broken parts.
Digging the 4 tops here?
Not this one.
Oh. Brian?
And how he has itchy balls all the time because he has gangrene on the balls.
I do not have gangrene on the balls. The balls are perfectly fine, thank you very much.
You have gangrene on the balls.
I
You
don't
crotch
have
rot.
gangrene on the balls. I just used to have a little itchy powder from time to time, but that's, you know.
Ow!
Well, you know, like for the feet, you get the feet powder.
There should be no reason why you have feet crotch rot on your crotch rot.
They make Gold Bombs medicated powder specifically to put on the balls. Ask anyone.
Warhawk says he has athlete's dick.
Okay. Okay, Brian, what was the worst part of this show? The video about the fecal transplant or the athlete's dick?
Well, you gotta admit that last one is the funniest.
Dude says I'll buy you a mic. You can make my new PC work without reinstalling everything.
I can
just see you using your foot to scratch your balls.
You want to try to?
No, what he probably did was that he had athlete's foot, and he probably like scratched it and then scratched his nuts, which then caused him to get fucking crotch rot.
Okay,
because he couldn't go to the doctors in time.
Because apparently Lulu here is now a medical professional that knows how.
Why are they first responders, thus making me a doctor? I am a field doctor, damn
You
it.
are field doctor. Yeah, you put a Band-Aid on that. That's.
I know how to splint a leg.
That is not what happened. As a matter of fact.
So I like that ad for that cat food.
Yeah.
And so the woman's giving the cat food, and she hears from the other room. The daughter says, I cut myself. And then the woman just says, well, get a Band-Aid. The girl says, it's bleeding. Okay, get 2. She's feeding the cat. There are higher priorities.
Anyway.
Would you splint his dick?
Sorry, I'm just moving my mic some more.
Athlete's dick.
Athletes, fuck off.
That's a good one. Mark that
All right,
down.
Warhawk rating in. Putting Gold Bond on the testicle kind of burns. Just saying. Well, yeah, if you buy the green bottle, you want to stick with the yellow stuff.
He knows all about this.
You want to stick with the
he's
yellow?
done it for so long. He
Warhawk,
then got
you've done this?
He then got the athlete's dick on his thumb, which then caused him to finally go to the doctor to get some type of prescription, which told him not to drink alcohol with, but lo and behold, he drank alcohol.
No one said anything about not drinking alcohol with it.
So, the antibiotic. Well, that's what Mars said.
What does Mars know? I haven't talked to him in like a week or two.
Fuck if I know, but he said that you got an antibiotic and you were supposed to drink alcohol with it, and you were starting to drink alcohol with it anyways.
I filled a prescription 2 days ago. I took one this morning the first time, so I don't know what Mars is talking about.
No. This was the first one. The first antibiotic.
The first antibiotic, what 5 years ago?
Yes.
So Lulu is tracking this.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
Lulu, what
that athlete 5 years ago?
What is your fascination with my balls? Seriously, Lulu, from the moment we first met, you've been talking to me about my balls. Why are you thinking so much about my balls?
Johnny, she needs a hobby.
My balls are a hobby to you?
Yes!
Now, what is your desire here? Just to fondle them a bit, to look at them, to I'm not sure where you're going with this.
You better be careful, dude. You better be careful.
You're the one that keeps
about to draw them.
You're the one that keeps talking about my balls.
Because your balls are in quad.
Your balls are in quad.
I only have two.
That's what's entertaining. Your balls are in quad.
I only have two balls. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any extra testicles here. This is not a Cheech and Chong bit. But
well, and YouTube does stereo only, right? Or do we get stereo to work?
Well,
Warhawk's like easy, the extra testicle.
Yes, that was a Cheech and Chong bit. Thank you very much. You've caught up to the 70s. Yeah, we have stereo. The reason why you get mono is because basically Team Talk will allow everyone to send a mono signal, and then you can pan those out in a stereo field. So that's why I'm able to put like Lulu over there, and Venison over there, and Brian over there. So, but stereo works on Twitch and YouTube. All right then. Maybe you all prefer some content from the King.
The King?
From the King?
Yeah, I found an Elvis record. Oof? Was that a good oof or a bad oof? This
King
is
George.
For it.
no Elvis fans in the room then?
Oh, go for it.
This is a very interesting Elvis album. It's called Having Fun with Elvis on Stage. And I'll put the needle down and let it kind of speak for itself.
Throw your underwear at him.
Oh no, that's Tom Jones.
We go again, man. It's like my horse just left. Come on, you can do it. Come on. That's it. It just tapers off to nothing. Before the evening is over, I will have made a complete, total fool of myself. I hope you get a kick out of watching it. Wow. 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 One of my first records that I recorded back in 1927, I think it was. More like this.
Basically, someone decided Elvis is so popular, we could just take the bits that he says in between songs at live concerts and make an entire album out of that. And that is how we ended up with the album, Having Fun with Elvis on Stage. There was not a single song on this album. It's all between song banter on both sides.
And they charge you a whole $1 for that?
This was in the 3 for $10 pile.
Well, yeah.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Now we love to sing. All of us up here love to sing and play music.
But you get the idea. it's
Yeah. Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, we made Brian disappear. He has to go puke after that, I think. What do you think, Venison? Was that a good Elvis record or what?
You gotta be kidding.
I'm not kidding. I mean, Elvis was pretty popular. He could have had a hit record doing the Barking Dogs version of Jingle Bells.
No.
Yeah.
You don't think that would have been a hit record?
No.
I'm telling you, it would have gone right to the top of the charts.
No.
A hunk of woof, 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 a hunk of woof, 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 hunk of woof, woof, woof.
Mookie, we're going to still talk. Just because Brian said hold on does not mean there should be no talking. We will still talk.
Well, I don't know. I think Lulu wants me to hold on to my balls if we're going to hold on to something here.
Dude, I'm hungry.
Well, hold on. Let me move my microphone over here.
I want his cheeseburger.
Dude, someone mentioned Burger King in the damn chat room. I want Burger King now. That bitch is hungry. The fat bitch on this damn fucking show is hungry.
Damn, I like me some Burger King too. A double Whopper with cheese and onion rings and
Wendy's.
And a Oreo shake.
Warhawk's like, that's a bad combo. Lou is hungry and talks about Gators balls. Run, Gators, run.
I did notice that
Rocky Mountain oysters.
Well, I am on the East Coast. She is on the West Coast, so there is a good buffer space between her and my balls. So, yeah.
But I'm in the middle. I can transfer.
I don't want to touch you, Madison. Just.
I don't want to touch you either.
Now, anyways, Lulu in the past has liked some of my finds, but this was a bum week for my finds, I guess. As far Lulu's not bookmarking any of these.
No, I'm not.
You're not going to do.
I don't know why you did a second week of this. Well, I said like every once in a while, not two times in a row.
No, we didn't do this last week. We did this 2 weeks ago. But it
was too soon.
But I found more. I found another flea market that I had never been to before, and I found Elvis. I found. Heck, I didn't even get into. I found mono copies of Simon and Garfunkel.
Dude, hold your man tits. Hold your moves, dude. Hold your moves. Oh,
All right, you sent
Nah,
some links last
continue.
week, though. Lulu,
yes, I did.
Lulu made some music finds.
did.
So let's see if Lulu did better than me of what she found in the past few
I
weeks.
think I did do better.
You
than
did,
you.
yeah. She found,
I have some music tastes.
you know. In fact, the other day, I think Lulu sent me a link and said, "This is my new favorite song, and I want to listen to it all day long." And I clicked on the link, and it was Red Rubber Ball.
Ball fascination.
There we go. This is Lulu's new favorite song,
And the band was what again?
The Circle.
Oh,
I'm making a joke.
is this British Invasion music?
That's The Circle. No, I'm kidding. That's not the link that Lulu sent me. This is the link that Lulu sent me. Is right here.
Mookie says, Brian's back.
I'm like a rubber ball, baby, that's all that I am to you.
There we go. I think that's Lulu's new favorite song. You were saying?
Mookie says, Brian's back. Let's talk about Gators balls again.
Oh yes, let's.
Like a rubber ball, like I'm bouncing back to you. Rubber ball, like I'm bouncing back to you.
Okay, that's enough with the balls. No, but
Yeah. Like I said,
Dude
fascination
says
with balls.
it's a bit rainbow unicorn sounding. Yes. Yes, it is.
After the show, Lulu's gonna go like off into the kitchen to get some like nom noms going, and her family's just gonna see her there going like a rubber ball bouncing.
Probably. We're gonna be like, no. Actually, a smile is something special. Something rare.
Oh yes, that
So
is.
I'll be special and I'll be rare.
Let us not forget the greatest song that we ever found on a random tape in a storage locker.
I love that one. I love that. That is mine.
That is yes. That is.
That is my song. That is my song when I go on a zombie rampage. When I have to go kill zombies, that is my song.
That would be. Oh man, I can't find my original file of it.
I have it saved in a
Let's see.
I
have a file of you singing it.
A smile is something special. A ribbon is something rare.
There we go. I don't know why I have that.
I don't either.
Oh, I forget what I named. I forget what I named the original file though. 'Cause I don't think I named it a smile and a ribbon. Oh, here we go. Happy song. This must be it.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is.
A smile is something special. A ribbon is something rare. So I'll be special and I'll be rare with a smile and a ribbon in my hair.
Yeah, what do you think of that one there, Brian? That nice party music there for you?
Got some weird parties going on there.
That was actually on a tape that was labeled doll music. It's what that was.
I see.
I think it was.
Sounds a little bit like there's an episode of Big Bang Theory where the girls are getting together and they're kind of making fun of each other, and they find that, oh, Bernadette was in a beauty pageant and she did some singing.
Shades of Shinobi.
Trying to find the original file I have of the whole tape that was on. but I can't find that file. I don't know what I named that one. I got so many files, I don't know what I named them.
Yeah, this is my song.
This is your song.
This is my song.
Now that dog barking, was that in the background?
It's not on the song.
No, those are just my dogs. Because
Oh,
they're
that's your
assholes.
dogs. Okay, it kind of go in with the song though.
No, my
so we
dogs are
could
just assholes.
enhance
who
some
like
of
to
these
bark.
songs.
Play Schnappy. You want to do that? Play Schnappy.
Mookie writing in, what's the opposite of Twitch fines? I think Gator's dollar bin fines is the opposite of, or Gator's storage locker fines is the
Twitch loses.
And 5 Hit Doom goes, wait, I did not get a word right on that song. Wow.
Yeah.
What's the name of that song? Name of that song is A Smile and a Ribbon. And let's see. I think it was by, what is it? Patience and something or Patience and Prudence did that song, which was the flip side of something else. I forget what it was the flip side of though, but
You mean that was a B-side?
yeah, that was a B-side.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find what it was a B-side of though. It was a B-side of something that Venison knows.
Really?
Yeah. Tonight You Belong to Me is what it's the B-side of. Here's the A-side.
I know
Oh no.
to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me.
And Venison
Ooh,
still
likes this one too.
Venison still won't tell us the story behind that song, but apparently there's a
I
story.
love that song too.
The first time I heard that was on WFMU.
Okay.
I can
Did it involve
just
using
see
Gold
like
Bond?
baseball bats and chainsaws everywhere, just flying, hitting up like fucking heads and mutilating bodies.
And yes, 5 Hit Doom. that tape came from the same storage locker as the Leonard Nimoy tape.
that explains it.
That was a great locker.
That explains everything.
I mean, that was we got all your favorite Leonard Nimoy isolations. I used to have a whole.
Speaking of Star Trek characters, Bill Shatner will be on Curse of Oak Island tomorrow. I thought it was going to be last week, and I got that wrong. Because they announce them, they don't tell you when it's going to show. They go, oh, that'll be the next episode, which is tomorrow. But no, it wasn't. It's this week. So Shatner on the Curse of Oak Island.
I am an incurable romantic.
I love that.
I am not.
He had
I am
such a
an
voice.
incurable romantic.
Why? It has just occurred to me
I-
that you are young. I love you.
You are young and I love
I
you.
have killed the child who is cold and lonely. I am not alone.
I have killed the child that is cold and lonely.
And he uses Gold
You are
Bond.
not alone.
I was wrong.
I was wrong. I like pain.
yeah, that tape provided us with many, many hours of fun.
I believe the deepest impression is made in those moments when I can say, hi.
Hi. I'm sorry, I spaced out. I could not follow that one.
I am an incurable romantic. I like myself.
I like myself.
Just a bit narcissistic.
Damn it, it went out again.
Oh. Anyways.
Gold Bond is logical, Captain.
Hi. It has just occurred to me that you are young. I love you.
It's a tearjerker.
There is is something oddly wrong with these.
No, you think?
I want him to say hi. I figured out you are young and supple.
Hi.
Hi.
I believe the deepest impression is made in those moments when I can say, I like myself.
Hi.
I like myself.
I like myself.
I like pain.
Fucking bitch. I like pain.
Oh, man. That was just lots of great isolations we got out. I think Venison put together the ultimate of that.
Oh, yes.
we had to find that. Here we go. Leonard Nimoy reads poetry is what you put together.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
you and I rolling on take one.
In my heart is the seed of the tree which will be me. The sandpipers on the beach, running to and fro, playing tag with the surf. I look forward to each new day with a sense of adventure. There's so much to learn. High up on a hill, in a house of ruby glass, living in the warmth of the sun, lives the love I look for. In a ruby glass house without a door, burning, reflecting from the eye of my desire. At times I hold my breath. Did I hear a sound? Was there a signal? I must be patient. A sweet flow of excitement
As I reach
warms
for the
me.
gold bond.
You are near. I am not alone. You are here.
I'm not alone.
As a child discovers its deep shaft to examine their size and shape, I watch, I listen, I wait.
No.
But there is time.
No.
There is time to love. I promise myself I will. And then, one day, in the spring of my life, and now, today, I am here.
Fuck you, dogs.
I am an incurable romantic. I sense your presence, and it has just occurred to me that you are young. And I know now, I love you. I see with new eyes, hear with childlike ears, and my heart is full of joy and wonder because of you. The child who is cold and lonely. Will you be with me? I held you. We held each other. Together. The sweet, simple joy that we have found together. In my heart, I'm a child. I am moved. I am here. I am ready to reach out for new experiences. Are you ready? I am ready to give and to receive. The child shaft is young, and it hurt me. Time to touch, taste, to warm the child who is young.
And find the gold bond.
Your touch is the warmth of the sun. You held me in a half-sure way. Touch me. Move slowly. Oh, so slowly. Oh, so slowly. Blowing me. Oh, so slowly. Warm, wet. Make time. Stand still. So slowly. Oh, so slowly. Move slowly. The seed of which will be me. A sweet flow of excitement. Come flow, filled by the mist and the great waves, surging in from all directions. The tides flow. I'll walk in it and get soaked. I'm sorry, I came too soon. Your questions touch me. You ask, will it be forever? I wish I could answer yes. I was angry because I felt guilty. I have killed the child in the blackness of the darkest night. Shall I carve it on a door? I was angry. I walk softly, carefully. I avoid crushing the smallest leaf or branch. Is there anything left behind when a love dies? I have been alone before. Life comes and goes. Whoever doesn't know now may never know. And now, today, I like myself.
There we go. That is what Venison.
Where's the gold bond?
The sorry I came too soon was actually a like outtake in between takes of reading this text he was reading, because he was reading in time to a backing track of music that was not on the tape that I had. Somehow I ended up with a tape of Leonard Nimoy isolated without backing music reading a audio version of a book he wrote. And apparently he came in too soon on one of those takes.
And I chopped it up completely.
Sorry, I came too soon. It was right there. It was perfect.
Right. Not difficult to isolate that one.
No.
The tides flow, the sun rises and sets, the seasons come and go.
These are some of the different isolations that Venison had chopped up, that because he sent me like all the choppings that he
his blowing you tonight carefully.
No! 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 No, I don't want to hear Leonard Nimoy say these things. He's a pure old man.
Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
No! Oh!
So we got a lot of write-ins on the chat room. 5-Hit Dude wrote in WT asterisk. Mookie wrote in someone has gone all pon far. Warhawk wrote in Star Trek Deep Shaft 9. And Star Trek The Next Gold Bond. Warhawk writing in, that's what Spock says when he is with Kirk, alone, in space.
Oh, you know there was a bromance going on.
Carefully.
There was a bromance.
Yeah.
No,
There was a spoof. There was a spoof of that made too.
No, it's completely innocent, because the truth is that they are
cousin.
No.
Cousin.
So
I've been rewatching.
Innocent.
Go ahead.
I've been rewatching episodes of Boston Legal, with Shatner and James Spader.
Okay.
That's really funny. There's some good parts.
Warhawk right again. At least they didn't make Star Trek The Anal Frontier.
Oh.
Ooh.
5-Hit
That sounds like a porno. I bet that's actually a porno. I'm gonna look that up.
Now 5-Hit Dune asks, and do you think they still exist? What, the tape? That I mean, I gave the tape back after I recorded it in, and it went back in the storage locker. And that guy is still around on the internet, so I think he's still paying his storage locker fees.
Okay, so that's not one, but I'm going to type in, Star Trek porn.
Surely. Carefully.
Star Trek cosplay, fucking on the Enterprise ship. Star Trek The Next Generation, a XXX parody.
Blowing you.
Shut up.
Tonight.
Shut up. Shut up.
Carefully.
Shut up.
The tides flow, the sun rises and sets, the seasons come and go.
These are great. I don't know why I never isolate the hum for its own button. I think I need to make a hum button
porn
now.
movie.
Enter her prize. It's a porno title.
Star Trek porn without porn is the best fan film ever. Okay. apparently there was a Star Trek The Next Generation, a XXX parody.
Wait. Were you used for slave labor once?
I'm sure you were used for slave labor once.
What mark will I leave behind?
Well,
Shall I carve it on a door? I watch, I listen, I wait.
Okay, so there's that. That's the Next Generation porn parody.
Touch me.
Ugh. That's just.
I watch, I listen,
Will you
I wait.
just?
you should have done touch me and then have him go,
Curtains drawn.
Will you just go to the YouTube link already and
Hear
stop?
with childlike ears, and my heart is full of joy and wonder.
I found the folder with all the sounds.
Go to the link. Go to the YouTube link.
Okay.
I watch.
Go to that.
I listen.
Stop,
I wait.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, all right.
Stop it.
Star Trek TNG XXX Part 1 of 2 Sex Cutout. Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, it's the parody.
Well, it's on YouTube, so
It's the parody.
Okay. Well, let's capture the window. All right. So we're going to go here, and we're going to capture that. There we go, and we're going to make that bigger. Okay. Revolution. This is not the original Star Trek theme.
No.
Giles is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Oh, this is like a group of people acting. Xander Corvus is Lieutenant Commander Data. Rocco Reed is Commander William Riker. Lee Bang is Lieutenant Worf. Oh, so this is from an actual porn with the sex scenes cut out. Tyler Knight as Geordi.
A XXX parody.
But so this is from a real porn, but this is without the actual porn scenes.
No, this is a porn parody.
Oh, a porn parody
with sex in it.
Oh. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Well, the parentheses says sex cutout.
It has sex, but it's making fun of a porn that is about Star Trek.
All right. Okay. So this is making fun of porn.
Yes.
Okay. I love how the stars suddenly stop moving. Okay, so now we got
Captain's log, stardate 46543.2. While en route to Starbase 112, the Enterprise detected electromagnetic energy emanating from a barren M-class planet near the Romulan neutral zone.
Okay.
Lieutenant Commander Data has led an away team to investigate the source of the energy.
Alright. We got some laser beams.
Yes. Yeah.
We got sound effects that would fit more in with the original series than they would Next Generation.
We found something.
Yeah. This is great.
This is okay.
When are the Gorn gonna show up?
We have found the energy source. It appears to be a metallic crate of unknown origin. There are 2 locks on the crate. I believe I can open them by hand.
Are there any signs of radiation?
No, sir. All energy readings are within safety parameters.
See, they try and get them almost exact, but they're not.
Proceed.
The crate appears to be holding a woman in cryosleep. I would estimate she has been in this state for at least 10 years.
So
Is she
she's
okay?
not gotten laid in at least 10
Though
years.
I do not understand how.
Clarify.
Sir, the woman appears to be Lieutenant Tasha Yar.
Loki wants to watch porn with medicine.
Captain's log supplemental. Dr. Crusher has confirmed that the woman locked in cryosleep is indeed Tasha Yar. We have postponed our travel to Starbase 112 in order to further understand what has happened. Tasha has been moved from sickbay and is now residing in a stateroom. Councillor Troy has been assigned to watch over her.
Their name is Tasha.
Yeah.
She seems better. Hopefully today the captain will let her see the rest of the crew.
Well, I for one can't wait to see her. It's almost like we've been given a second chance with her. So you said she's been sleeping 13, 14 hours a day?
That's right. I've got to check on her later, but I didn't want to break her.
Oh, the cringe.
So where are we going?
Computer. Run program Riker. 139.
Oh, I see. What a novel idea. Wait. No kissing until you shave that beard off.
It's gonna be a while.
Then it can wait.
Oh, denied.
Well, Nzadi, thank you for the tour of the bridge.
Wait, so did they just like
see it from
skip a sex scene?
Good day, Will.
Good day, Deanna.
More Hobson's damn, that was quick.
Riker moves fast.
Yeah, Warhawk, that was quick.
You were asleep for a very long time.
Did she drop something?
I have good news. If you're feeling up to it, Captain Picard would like to speak with you. Oh, I can leave the room? Do you feel well enough?
Come.
Here?
Hello,
Now?
Tasha.
Wait a minute, Mookie, what?
See you again.
The Fiend's mutual. Please sit down.
Please tell me that's
I
a
know
wig
this must
she's
be very
wearing.
difficult for you. Frankly,
I don't
we
know.
are at a loss to know how you're even alive. We need to ascertain what happened to you. Tell me, what do you remember when you awoke in sickbay?
I remember my daughter. I was trying to escape with her. And then there's nothing.
Do you remember the Enterprise Sea?
Okay,
Yes, I traveled with the crew.
I think we've seen the best of this already.
Yeah.
This is bad
It's a-
parody.
We're hoping for more.
This is a bad parody.
This is bad parody.
What was it like being a human, living amongst Romulans?
I was a consort to a general, so I lived as good a life as a human could live there.
Oh, don't tell me. Is there really a scene between her and that bad impression of
I'm done with that.
yeah. I can't think of his name.
We have traveled separately through endless space and time to be
Oh, fuck
together
you.
here.
No!
I've always known
Wait
that
a
it would come
minute.
to pass. Warm, wet, touch me. The child who touch me. Warm, wet.
No.
Surely
God
He
damn
wants
it.
to
The
watch the
child-
porn with me?
to be.
Yes, he
Touch me.
wants to watch a porn with you. Do you
Why?
not see
I know
that in the
now
chat?
that
I
was wrong.
do, and I'm worried.
Why are you worried? Maybe he wants a bit of venison peni.
Warhawk wrote in, Riker's cock goes at warp speed, apparently. Don't know about the wig. I'm looking at Troy's comm badge.
And the correct term is venison sausage.
Mookie does point out that it is much better than most fan-produced Trek, though.
He wants to grab onto your antlers and ride you like a buck.
So wait,
wants to make you squeal like. Wah!
No, it's not just Mookie wants to watch porn with venison. Mookie's dream has always been to watch porn with venison. How long have you had this dream? I have a dream to watch porn with an old black guy in New Jersey. We all have different dreams, I guess.
I guess so.
I have a dream of connecting a guy's penis to a car battery, but that's just me.
That's...
Yeah.
No,
hopefully it's just you.
Wow.
You'll need some Gold Bond for that.
You know, the thing is, Lulu, I have no doubt if you put an ad online, you'd get at least 10 guys lining up tomorrow morning for that. And they'd pay you. Good money.
No. I mean, maybe if I put it on Craigslist. But...
Yes. But they don't allow that anymore. No more.
Exactly.
You can't do the Craigslist anymore. Yeah, you have to put a listing on Tinder for that, I think. I don't know where people go for their car battery fetishes. I don't know. I just know I could see you getting at least 10 guys lining up willing to pay you for the car battery treatment.
It'll only be a little zap.
Well, on that note, I think that's about as much Spock as we can take in 1 week. So I think it is time once again to put another episode to bed here. So we're gonna go ahead
and with Spock.
And we're gonna talk about what we learned this week, because I have learned so many things, and sometimes I learn slowly. Oh, so slowly. Oh, so slowly. But anyways, Brian, what have you learned this week?
Gold Bond has a new use.
They sold posters of that in college. You've never heard of putting Gold Bond powder on your balls?
That was
I think it was
after
the
my
talcum. the talcum kind, not the junk.
Okay, so Brian, what type of powder were you putting on your balls in college?
I think he just suffered. Ask Venison, what did he do?
All right.
I just scratched them.
Okay. All
there
right.
You go. Old school.
So,
that's it.
So
Old school.
you learned
you got it.
Modern methods to deal with ballage. Okay. Venison, what have you learned this week?
Well, I have learned that Lulu has a total fascination with balls. And you have a total fascination with shit. And that's about it, really.
Oh, Mookie clarified this. Mookie wrote in, "Oh, I understand the confusion now. I was talking about watching porn with the flesh of a deer used as food."
Yeah, okay.
That's
sure you were.
what Mookie meant about wanting to
No.
watch porn with venison.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sure he did.
I'm not sure which is more disturbing, though. You know, you could do both.
I
Venison
got some great porn now.
Venison could pick up some deer on the way over to your place, and you could watch porn with venison and venison.
Make a stew.
Lulu, what have you learned this week?
I've learned that you like Leonard Nimoy sexual outtakes way too much.
They're just funny and fun. That's all. Nothing sexual about it. And venison stole mine, but basically I've learned, or I've just noticed that from day one, you've been after my balls. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. But anyways, this has been another fun-filled edition of that show that I need to push a button.
Disgusting.
It's been another fun-filled edition of
Insert title here.
I've also learned next time I think about bringing up the topic of poop, don't.
I can show you so much shit.
Yes, you literally did that.
Oh no. There's even more.
That's we don't have a theme song for that yet, so no. But we should find out.
I have to find Meat Mitch. I have to find that.
Mookie writes in, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, so that's how you,
Trek.
I guess that's how you cook venison. Mookie writing in, there's a bit of sexual tension on this show. No, I don't think so. Anyways, we should see who's live now and see who we should send you over to. Let's see. Oh, we can watch Drop Collision if you like to hear songs like that. No, we won't do that.
The Elephant Ballet is on.
Yeah, well, yeah, we could send you over to the Elephant Ballet. So, we're going to go ahead and raid the Elephant Ballet. And I think they probably went live, started going live recently because they've only got 2 views up so far. So, you know, let's all take it over there and cheer them on. And remember, request, you know what? We're going to be different this week. Since Brian sent us a great Captain Beefheart clip to watch, go request that they play some Captain Beefheart songs. They'll love the request because they love it when we request things. Warhawk writing in, I thought he was going to say Raid the Elephant Man. Anyways, so thank you everyone for listening. Be sure to check out historyradio.com. Be sure to check out the Dune and Bob Show on Sundays for more Twitch finds, now with a theme song. And we'll be back here, same time, same place next week. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Cheeseburger time.
There we go. All right, we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there. And we're going to see what's going on with the Elephant Dudes.
I love this song.
Oh, wow.
Hey, we got a raid.
We rated with 5. Wow.
Jay Gators.
What? Hey, you know what? Don't make me go Dune on you, Jeffy. I'm gonna go Dune on you. What's up, Mookie Mick? What's up, Jay Gators?
Word. Okay, so give us somebody to raid after we're done here. Okay.
Venison, hello.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up now, but good show.
All right, we'll see ya.
All right. Good night.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Boom goes the dynamite, yo.
impersonation of Dune watching other bands. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, Johnny. They're great. You see how they don't fight? Look at their harmony. I'm like, oh, you mean like the way they sing together? Nope. That's not what I mean. Called you so many times today. A little fast. Johnny would not shut up. He's going Dune on you. All right, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. I called you so many times today, but I guess it's all true what your girlfriend say. You don't ever want to see me again, and your brother's gonna kill me, and he's 6 feet 10. I guess you'd call it cowardice. Not prepared to go on like this. I can't stand losing. I can't stand losing. I can't stand losing.